If you're feeling stuck in your channel or like you're not getting the views that you want to be getting, should you rebrand into a different niche, or does your channel just need a refresh? In today's video, we're going to take a closer look at whether rebranding is good for you or whether you should consider a brand refresh instead. Hey guys, welcome to the Project Girl Boss channel. If you're new around here, I'm Nessa and I want to help you monetize your channel and grow organically. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so that you never miss a video. Carla Natividad recently asked me the following question over on Instagram. Hey Project Girl Boss, it's me Carla. I'm confused on what brand I can consider my YouTube channel. I want to share my journey here in Canada, but lately I'm having doubts if I should pursue this passion. Any advice for me? I asked her a couple of follow-up questions and she responded with, I don't get enough views lately and the number of subscribers has declined. Been busy also lately, that's why I still don't have an upload yet. My other dilemma is which audience should I give more attention to, from my country of origin or my current residence? My first few videos were in English, but analytics said the majority of my audience were in the Philippines. Then someone advised me to use my native tongue, and when I did, I started to have an audience from a different country. Now I'm just really confused on what strategy I should use. Now, Carla, this video is perfect for you because this video is actually in collaboration with my good friend, Karina Belmonte. Karina has a channel focused on helping upcoming creators develop their personal brand through strategy and video production. And her video is going to be all about picking your niche and developing your personal brand statement within that niche. So I think that that video could really help you out a lot. But I also have some tips for you that may be able to provide some clarity and give you sort of a roadmap that you can follow to kind of remedy this situation. This video is also going to be very helpful for anybody else kind of having the same questions that Carla is having. So don't forget to check out Karina's video after you watch this video, because whether you need a brand refresh or a complete rebrand, you're going to want to make sure that your personal statement is crystal clear. Before we help Carla out though, it's time to give thanks to someone from our amazing community that we've built, because this channel would not have gotten as far as it has without any of you guys. So today's video shout out goes out to Adventures by Jamie. Thank you, Adventures by Jamie, for all of your support. Jamie has been commenting on my videos. She's joined my Facebook group. She has invited other people to my Facebook group. She has shared my videos across other Facebook groups. So she has just been an amazing, amazing supporter. So I just want to say thank you, Jamie. I see everything that you do and I really, really appreciate it. Remember, if you want a chance at a video shout out, all you have to do is tag me on Instagram as you watch this video or engage with me in the comment section. Now back to Carla's dilemma. Should she rebrand or just give her channel a refresh? A brand refresh is like giving your house a fresh lick of paint. So it's a new look. So think of it as a makeover. So this can come in the form of updating your tagline or changing your channel art, picking a new font for your thumbnails and your channel art, or even changing up your color scheme. Rebranding, however, is tearing down everything that you've built and starting from scratch. So if a refresh is a makeover, a rebrand is flat out plastic surgery. Rebranding could mean trying to establish yourself within a completely different niche, like going from a gaming channel to a beauty channel and basically giving your entire image a complete overhaul. So when should you refresh and when should you rebrand? A brand refresh is perfect if your channel is starting to feel a little bit outdated. And what I mean by this is the content that you were initially making at the beginning may have been innovative at first, but now it's just starting to feel a bit repetitive or like you're stuck in a rut. Some channels that have addressed this concern to me in the past have been cleaning channels, you know, where they'll say to me, I don't know how many different ways I can create a clean my master bedroom with me or organize my pantry with me without boring people. And you know, it's a valid concern to have. So in that situation, a brand refresh might help your channel out a bit to give it that extra something that will keep people coming back. A brand refresh is also perfect if you yourself have changed. You need to evaluate whether your channel accurately represents who you are and what you can offer right now in this moment. If you take a look at my first few videos, they were actually about making money. And money is something that I still talk about in this channel. I even said it in the beginning. I want to help you monetize your channel. But who I am right now in this moment is a creator trying to grow her channel. So I knew that I wanted to show people that process, and I wanted to show them essentially in real time. I didn't want to come in here 6 months after the fact or a year after and say, hey guys, this is how I did it. No, I wanted to say, hey, this is how I'm doing it. Let's try it on your channel to see if this works as well. A brand refresh is also perfect if you've been inconsistent. And I don't necessarily mean inconsistent with your upload schedule. I mean inconsistent in the sense that you have been switching out your channel art because you can't decide what to put there, or your thumbnails have completely different styles from one video to the other, you know, with different color schemes, different fonts. You don't know what color scheme to pick. And whether you know it or not, this can sometimes confuse your audience. So if this is something that you've been going through, a brand refresh might help you get the focus that you need so that you finally decide what it is that you want your brand and channel to look like. Another reason to consider a brand refresh is if your audience has changed. Maybe you're no longer reaching your target audience. So a brand refresh can help you refocus so that you can reach the people that you need to reach. And last but not least, a brand refresh is also perfect if your channel is growing. You know, as more people come into your channel, it's always a good idea to reassess your brand, reassess your channel so that you are connecting with all of these new people that are coming in and that you can retain them as subscribers. In Carla's case, her channel is relatively new. She's also been putting out different types of content, not necessarily focused on one thing, which could explain the drop in views. But before we advise her on whether she should rebrand or refresh, let's analyze that when a rebrand is best. You should consider rebranding to differentiate yourself from the competition. In YouTube especially, it is very, very hard to stand out. You know, there are travel channels by the dozen, hundreds of vloggers, thousands and thousands of beauty channels. So if you are doing the exact same thing that those channels are doing, how are you going to stand out? How are you going to convince people that your channel is better or provides value and that they should watch it? Which brings me to the question of the day. Why do you watch this channel? There are other YouTube growth channels out there, and I'm sure that you also watch them because they have good, valuable content. But why do you also come back to this one? Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Rebranding is good for your channel when you're trying to give new life to outdated branding. Smart channels rebrand because they know that good content can make or break a channel, or they've outgrown the original mission that they had. Maybe your channel started out about being a first-time mom. You know, everything is new and exciting. Maybe now you also want to talk about the relationship with your partner and how that dynamic has changed after bringing a baby into the mix. If your entire channel is focused on motherhood, and not just motherhood, but motherhood of a little baby, other women won't know that they can look to you for relationship advice. You're not going to be able to reach the couple that is considering having a baby for the first time, or the couple that is struggling after having a baby. So a rebrand can actually help you accomplish that. Rebranding is also good if you want to outgrow poor reputation. I'm sure you've all seen your fair share of scandal here on YouTube, and if the scandal is very, very bad, a rebrand might help so that your audience can see you in a fresh, new light. Hopefully, it also means that you've changed your ways, but that is when rebranding is also good for your channel. Rebranding is also good for your channel if your channel has evolved. Now, this is a little bit different to your channel growing. Yes, as your channel grow, it can evolve, but when it evolves, the opportunities to expand into a new market or to reach a new audience present itself. So if you want to take that chance, then you might want to consider rebranding. So a perfect example of this would be if you have someone that starts a channel when they're in middle school. Once they're in high school, that's a completely different world, and they're not going to want to be talking about the exact same thing. So a rebrand can actually help you connect to these new opportunities and can create that bridge so that your new audience can also connect with the channel that you've been building and nurturing. Now that we know when you should rebrand and when you should refresh, it's time to execute it. Refreshing is pretty simple. First, you have have to figure out what you want to achieve with your refresh. In Carla's case, it could be reshifting to her original passion, which is showing people her life as an expat in Canada. Or it could be working on her content to get more views. The next step would be to perform a competitive analysis. You don't want to copy what your competitors are doing, but you do want to take inspiration from their success. So you do want to know what is working for them, what is trending, what are the kind of topics that they're covering that are doing really well, what sort of style do they have going on, so that you can take inspiration, but also so that you can plan out how to differentiate yourself from there and kind of make your channel stand out. The next thing you want to do in a brand refresh is update your visuals. You'll want to either create or find a mood board on Pinterest so that you will know exactly what's the feel and look of your brand. And then you want to create channel art that goes accordingly. Pick out your fonts, pick out your color schemes, pick out a style that you want to use for your thumbnails, and begin working with that. The idea is to stay within the current style that is working with your competitors without blending into the crowd. You're going to want to think about your message. While a brand refresh is mostly visual, it's mostly on the surface, you do have to consider your message and your tone. If my visuals are going to be bright, bold, and exuding positivity, it would be really weird for me to come on here and say something along the lines of, hey guys, so today I'm going to talk to you guys about branding and refreshing and how this could be the absolute worst thing that you can do for your channel. So if you've been thinking about rebranding, don't do it because it'll kill your channel. If I did that, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you would be like, what is going on here? The visuals don't match the message and they don't match the tone that we're seeing. So that's something that you also need to take into consideration. In order for rebranding to be good for your channel, the first thing that you need to do is figure out your why. Are you rebranding for the right reasons? And is rebranding going to be the solution to your problems? So in Carla's case, would rebranding increase the views? Would rebranding mean that all of a sudden she's going to be getting more subscribers? The next thing you want to do is figure out your brand. What are the values that you want to communicate? Who is the audience that you want to reach? What's going to be unique about your brand? How will your brand communicate with your target audience? Then you're going to want to create an inventory of everything that needs to be changed. Some of it is going to be visual, like, channel art, fonts, and color schemes similar to a brand refresh, but other things could be changing your social media handle so that they now match your new brand. It could also mean changing your channel name. So that's why taking inventory is a good idea so that you don't leave anything out. You're also going to want to identify the main pillars that your brand is going to focus on. This is going to help you create a content strategy so that you're not making the same videos over and over again, and so that you don't have to be rebranding year after year. For example, a travel channel can make videos obviously showcasing the different places that they visit, but they can also talk about the local food. They can do a comparison between street food and restaurant food. They can talk about, the most expensive hotels or where to stay on a budget. In that sense, the pillars for that travel channel could be the adventures, food, hospitality, and maybe budgeting. You don't necessarily have to have 4, but I would say pick at least 3 main pillars so that you can rotate your content and it always seems like you have something fresh and new and innovative to give to your audience. Once you have that plan in place, it's time to rebrand and announce. You have to be confident and stand in your decision so that your audience is also confident that this is going to be the right move for you. You also have to be prepared to lose some of them. With a rebrand, it is inevitable. There's basically 2 types of people. There's the people that follow you for you. They're there for your personality. They're there because they like you. Those are the people that are going to support your channel in whatever direction that you want to take it to. But then you also have people that follow you or subscribe to you for the content that you provide. And those people might not necessarily be interested in watching you move forward with this new niche. If I subscribe to a gaming channel for their gaming skills and because I want to learn about gaming content, and all of a sudden they decided to start making beauty videos, I might not want to see that creator for beauty videos, which means I could either unsubscribe or just stop following their channels. And that's okay. But this is also the opportunity to build a brand new audience around a topic that you're passionate about. And with your pillars, it's going to be easy to keep the content coming, fresh, and exciting. I think the most important thing is to find something that you're passionate about and just grind. Take the time to learn, make mistakes, make a million mistakes. Just don't waste your energy making making the same mistake. So Carla, if you're passionate about showing your life as an expat in Canada, do that. You know, I know that you mentioned that your analytics said that most of the people in your audience were in the Philippines, but maybe that's because they wanted to see what your life in Canada was like. Just know that sometimes it does take time, but if you're constantly reinventing yourself, you're not giving your audience time to settle. You're not really giving your audience a chance to find you. So just stick to what you're really passionate about and just grind. Learn as much as you can, improve with every video, and I promise you that your audience is going to find you and the views are going to go up and the subscribers are going to go up. I know it can be discouraging when you're grinding and those views just aren't coming in, but I actually have a video that might be able to help you out with that little problem. So I'm going to go ahead and include it here so that you can go and watch that next. That is going to be it for this video, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and see you on the next one. Bye.